Today we're going to be taking a look at a Hunter low profile. This model is basically a hugger fan, advertised towards rooms with low ceilings and low clearance, and has been one of Hunter's most successful models. It started out in the mid-1980s under the Robbins & Myers label, alongside models such as the Comfort Breeze and the original, and has progressed quite a ways since then, getting many different iterations and versions over the years. This particular model is, I guess you could say, the second oldest iteration, as it's from the 1980s, but it's post-R&M. This can be seen by the tag Hunter label, as well as the more narrow and tall switch housing. Both are signs of an 80s Hunter low profile. This fan was made during the first quarter of 1988 and measures 52 inches in diameter. I'm not sure whether that light kit is Hunter or not. It was on the fan when I got it, so I just left it on. Everything you see on this fan came with it except for the light shades and the pull chain fobs. Those I added myself. Reverse switch is on that side. During this era, the low profile came in two different sizes, 52-inch and 42-inch, and was available in 3 different finishes for each of those sizes: white, antique brass, and polished brass. Overall, the fan is in pretty good shape. The biggest downside to the fan, hands down, has to be the blade irons, as every one of them, except for maybe one, is pretty far out of clock in the negative direction. How exactly this happened, I'm not entirely sure, especially considering the blades don't have any sort of nicks or dings on them anywhere, especially on the sides. So the most likely theory that I can come up with is that the fan was run in updraft for the majority of its life, and whoever owned it before me oftentimes would like to stop the fan by means of force, i.e. doing that. They would reach their hand up into the blade rotation and stop it when it was traveling at higher speeds. And doing that over a span of probably 30 plus years just really did a number on the blade irons. Anyways, there's the light. Has a mix of LED bulbs and incandescent bulbs between the 4 sockets. It was just what I had lying around. Now we'll start the fan up on low. One other possible explanation for why the irons are like that is either the reverse switch wasn't working at one point in time, or the people before me were just too stupid to realize that the fan was electrically reversible, and they wanted the air to be blown in a different direction, and they figured, well, the direction of the air is dependent on the pitch of the blade iron, so if we bend them the other direction, then we can get the fan to blow air in the other direction. Not likely, but you never know. Some people are stupid, so. So there's low speed. Just about the same speed as it would be on a 42-inch low profile, maybe a little bit slower, which, to be frank, is a little bit surprising. I honestly thought low speed would be slower on this. This fan has a spinner motor in it, and Admittedly, it doesn't look that much larger than the size of a 42-inch low profiles motor. It looked a bit wider and maybe the same height, maybe a little bit shorter. Though I definitely think the circumference was larger on this one. Though I would have to look at the two motors side by side to get an exact comparison of any size differences. So yeah, overall low speed is pretty decent. Take it up to medium now. And then this is where the wobble starts up. You know, 4 negative out of clock irons, all to different extents, is definitely going to cause for some wobble. The blades are all pretty well in pitch with each other, but of course that's not the only determinant to how well a fan is balanced. As you can see, medium speed is pretty good. It's probably just about as fast as high speed would be on a typical 90s Hunter. That was probably the biggest surprise upon first running this fan, was just how fast it is. This fan is in no way a victim to the slow 90s Hunters, or the slow Hunter syndrome that plagued Hunters all throughout the 90s. Now I'm not going to run it on high for very long because the wobble is going to get very violent on that speed, but I'll give you a quick little demo. Yeah, this thing, as you can see, is shaking very violently. And I'll shut it off. So yeah, it was spinning pretty fast, and then, though most of the air was getting blown up, because again, the irons, it was still blowing good air, albeit in updraft mode, while going counterclockwise. So yeah, definitely not a bad performer by any means, just need to get new blade irons for it. So anyways, there you go. This has been a 52-inch Hunter low profile in white.